D's POV, aka the Monger Magellan, back at it. Third go around the globe. This time we're landing on China for an extensive period of time. Done my research, saved my money, got my visa situations, got the logistics handled. Now it's just about doing it and going there. And I don't have that much time before this Uber gets here, so I need to really speed it up. But yeah, third time's the charm in Asia. Got everything settled so I can settle there for a longer period of time. Of course, gonna film everything, but I have a lot of downtime as well. First is gonna be Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Seoul, Korea, then, the big one, Guangzhou, but then Chongqing. So this is gonna be, an adventure of a lifetime, Now, I'm not sure if this is gonna be a long form video. Probably gonna have it chopped up, to be honest. But yeah, West Coast edition, back at the West Coast. Never been to Las Vegas, so it's gonna be interesting. And I'm gonna come at a weird time too. I'm gonna come like pretty much at midnight. Las Vegas is an international city, but still, we'll see what I get into. Got a lot of things shaping up. Speaking of that, probably the first thing is to get a damn shape up. Got this George Jefferson Drake for More Life action going on. So yeah, get that, get a shape up. Well, to get a haircut, to be frank. Get a haircut. Go to the dispensary, get high, see what's on the strip. Like I said, the Monger Magellan has to see what's on the strip. Probably slow because, like I said, it is midnight too. But I have a lot of downtime as well, so gonna be a lot of filming, probably some live streaming too. Los Angeles, gotta find some shit to do because I'm gonna be in Los Angeles for about a good 13 hours. I can't spend that at the airport. Still on the budget, but not as tight as last time, so that's good. So we're gonna find some stuff to get into. At least maybe some restaurant action. But yeah, excited about this. Third time's the charm, man. I gotta talk it more. I gotta do more to talk it. But yeah, this is just the intro. On borrowed time, gotta boogie my ass on down to the airport because it leaves in about 2 hours. So yeah, I really gotta boogie. But yeah, third time's the charm. Hopefully, the airport is not too busy. But regardless, though, excited to get back at it, man. China edition. Yeah.
You ran away from home to be a big star. I'm out here for you. You ran away from home to be a big star. Let me take that mind far. You ran away from home to be a big star. I'm out here for you. You ran away from home to be a big star. Let me take that mind far. You ran away from home to be a big star. Let me take that mind far. You ran away from home to be a big star. I'm out here for you. You ran away from home to be a big star. I'm out here for you. You ran away from home to be a big star. Let me take that mind far. You ran away from home to be a big star. I'm out here for you. You ran away from home to be a big star. Let me take that mind far. You ran away from home to be a big star. I'm out here for you. As the stars twinkle, we look at the city of Los Angeles. Out here, nothing to eat.
Boom, touchdown on Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Las Vegas, right? Touchdown. A few hours ago. And at least from my perspective, things are expensive and slow. You know what I mean? Expensive and slow. Cabs and stuff like that, it's expensive. A little bit of weed I got, expensive. Ran me up, ran your boy up, ran your boy up. Even like, because you know, I checked out some action. 300 plus, you know what I mean? Just for like average, just like straight average chicks, right? Not only that, but it's, yeah, it's like you're just paying straight average just for like a few minutes, like 15 minutes. Like, what the fuck? Like, things not even that bad. So, I should have known though, because I mean, it is, Las Vegas is pricey, you know what I mean, for fun and for good drugs, you know, or, you know. This shit was like 30, which, well, I mean, it's pricey. I mean, it's Las Vegas. I mean, hopefully Los Angeles and South Korea make up for it. I mean, the girl I was trying to, you know, like, she was Chinese, but she was like, she was hitting me over the head, and she was like kind of busted looking. I was like, whoa. I was like, so, I mean, I guess it is slower. You got the strip. I mean, there's people on the strip, of course, but yeah, when it comes to action, though, like legit action, pricey. Everything is pricey. Cab, yeah, even food. Yeah, food's more pricey too. Yeah, it's just it's gonna run you up. It's gonna run you up for sure. Gonna run you up. Got some more Las Vegas action, yeah. Slow. This time of year. Oh, this is how shit looks. You know what's crazy? Tijuana, they have a Tacos El Gordo. They do. It's really good too. Anyway. I guess that's the same one. Yeah. This is Las Vegas. It's like pretty much like a big circle wrapped around. It's pretty much what the strip is. Just a big circle. Pricey too. Even compared to like part of me wish I would have stopped here instead of that Thai restaurant. That looks legit. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so as far as like stuff in LA goes, not much to tell. Although I had a long layover, I was really beat, so I didn't really do much besides like get a bite to eat. I did live stream a little bit, walked around. Got a shirt, got a haircut. Covered some basic things, but didn't do much outside of that. Was contemplating on Fig, but between the high prices and just the overall atmosphere that I dealt with last time, that was a no-go. So anywho, South Korea, I wanted to visit the last remaining red light district in Seoul, Korea, which is the glass houses and the Hooker Hill section of Seoul, Korea. But unfortunately, due to time constraints, I wasn't able to participate in those activities. Apparently, things don't get popping to shake until like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, which I could have participated in, but then again, like that section is far as hell, from the airport, It's about an hour and some change. So I have to factor in getting involved in that, It'll be rushed to say the least. Not only that, but I missed my flight. Because customs was a bitch too. Customs was pretty lengthy, going to and fro, going there and back. So unfortunately, that was a no-go. But yeah, Seoul, Korea in general, it's Mexican prices, rough around. It's like Japan, but rough around the edges. The people more outgoing, more expressive. The old school Koreans are more hardline, no nonsense. A lot of finger pointing, a lot of just on the like, not as bad as the North Koreans, but Korea's Korea, right? Koreans are Koreans. But yeah, ultimately, it was cool. Food was good, lodging was good. Had a nice stay for $30. I guess the only thing is I noticed a trend in at least East Asia, like the airport and the active hooker action are like spread apart. Like damn near an hour and some change away from each other. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah. The atmosphere in Korea is a lot more chill. Literally, it's yeah, I definitely had to get a coat because it's chilly. But it's gonna prepare me because Chongqing, which I plan to go to next after Guangzhou, is also gonna be rather chilly. So I guess it prepared me in some ways. D's POV back at it once again. China edition, finally here edition after all this plotting, planning, maneuvering. Finally made it to China, man. Finally made it to China. Was a trek to say the least. Was Las Vegas for a bit. Was in LA for a bit too. Was in South Korea. Had a decent time there in South Korea. But now, for the big boy himself, the big kahuna, the USA of Asia, China. Finally here, touchdown last night. Process was getting out was real smooth, since it was the middle of the night. Didn't ask too many questions. Customs wasn't too much on my ass about shit, Let me live, let me breeze on through. And the weather, the atmosphere in Chongqing, very mellow, very West Coast, you know what I mean? Southern China. But yeah, as far as like firewall VPN situations, Proton and Express works like a charm. The only thing is you gotta have that turn on. Hold on. You gotta have not only your VPNs turn on, but you gotta have it turn on when you get to China for all this to work. So gotta have the VPNs by them and have it turn on, you know, when you land, as well as Alipay got it set up. But I'm gonna get a new SIM card on this phone, you know what I mean, so I can have more mobility, because this, you know, the main filming phone. From then, gonna check out Party Pier. May or may not try a controversial meat. I'm gonna have to be really careful with my words. But anyways, we're gonna do a trek. We're gonna do a walk around, really get the scenes and sights of China. And you know, hope you enjoy, you know. Hope you enjoy this trip with me. Anywho, to the next scene. Also, another thing to add, bring your passport with you when you go to places, because you're going to need that as well as your Alipay already set up, because, you know, China is a mainly cashless society. Although, and I was so smart on my end, I had a little cash on me, you know what I mean, just to pay for that initial cab, because I had problems with connecting my phone and everything like that to WeChat and other sites. But I'm going to get all that shit handled. Not only that, but film around, get into some stuff, check out Party Pier. And yeah, just go about things from there. You know what I mean? Got a week of some change in China. And yeah, this is what it's looking like. For about $16 a night, this is what can get you. You know what I mean? Just a real nice setup at a real, you know, decent part of town. So, you know, can't complain there. This shit's crazy. This shit's crazy. Anywho, I gotta get some new gear too. I gotta look into that gear. Party Pier. Some controversial meat action, quote unquote. I'm gonna have to be really careful with my choice of words for YouTube. I'm gonna have to keep it on a PG-13 maximum sort of a retelling. But if you catch my drift, you catch my drift. There's a few restaurants of that particular cuisine not too far from here. We'll see. Anywho, gotta get the SIM card situation set up, so stay tuned. Yeah, these are the sights, these are the scenes. Guangzhou. I'm on the residential tip, I guess. Per usual, you know how I do. Shit. I think, for what I was told by the receptionist in the front counter, that I could get a SIM card a little ways from here, so I'm gonna do that. Check out this nice city. Some stands, stuff like that. Sort of a park. Gotta find a SIM card somewhere though. Gotta find a SIM card. All right, this is part two. Awkward start to an awkward. I don't know. Everything's been awkward. You know, not what I expected. Language barrier. I don't speak any lick of Mandarin. They don't speak any lick of English. Communication has been off since being here. The area in question where I'm at is more residential. It's cheaper, but with that, you're paying the cost of not being around, because there's more tourist spots, they're going to speak English. So where I'm at, huge language barrier, but people are kind, people are cool. A bit on the aggressive side, I would say, but that's expected. And like a dummy, I only brought one phone, So, yeah, the mill in question is cool. Just grass with ice. Eating old school style. The Pearl River Draft Beer. If you're in a residential area, 2 phones minimum. Have your Alipay and your VPN set up before you touch down in China. Because if not, you're going to have a host of problems, just like I'm having a host of problems. I'm still trying to connect my Alipay. Because most of my money's in my card. I have limited funds. At least on me. So I'm definitely going to have to get around that. Especially for riding buses. Because, trains and everything is inexpensive. Buses are inexpensive, but taxis, no matter where you go, taxis are going to rate you. Taxis are going to cheat you. Taxis are a no-go unless you're in a real desperate situation. Yeah, the vibe of Guangzhou, first day. It was a process. It was intense like I expected. It was a process. Tried to go to a club that was further down. Wouldn't allow entry for some reason. And it with me being a foreigner, an obvious foreigner, didn't allow it, but I know I gotta go to the more residential areas, not residential, but the more tourist-friendly areas, like Party Pier, near the Canton Tower. I had a room near that, I canceled it. I kind of regret that now, but it's a cool experience. Getting the real side of China, So, I'll give it that. How I said Koreans are kind of pointy? Chinese can be kind of grabby. They like to point and they like to grab. But, anywho. For the most part, besides, the kind of cultural barrier stuff, for the most part, cool. They leave you alone, They don't really bother you like that. I guess the 2 big things is just the language barrier, as well as the language barrier, as well as having my card information not linked like I wanted it to be. Has been the 2 biggest factors. But lodging's cheap, food's cheap. People are cool. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I gotta get adjusted still. I'm still not fully adjusted to China yet, and I got 20 days to start getting adjusted. I think when I get a piece of action and the card stuff starts flowing, that's when things are going to be up to gear. My dumb ass don't even know the name of the spot. You know what I mean? Cool people. Cool area. Just a language barrier thing, right? Just a language barrier thing. Oh, okay. Okay, I got 2 beers now. 2 beers. I need to get my phone so I can communicate, because I only got this one phone. So I was planning on going to the club before they're like, no foreigner, no black. Which is fine, it's whatever. There's plenty of other clubs, right? Well, it's a big city, it's China. But with that, I circled back, came here. Pretty much just chilling. Just chilling. With a draft beer. Pearl River. Oh yeah, Pearl River. That is what is, because Guangzhou, is a port city connected to Pearl River, so it makes sense. Pearl River draft beer. Pearl River draft beer. Ooh. I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all this stuff. Really hit you on the streets with the street scene. From Las Vegas to Seoul, South Korea to Los Angeles, now to Guangzhou. You know, the momentum's picking up. I'm just still trying to get adjusted. You know what I mean? Still trying to get adjusted. But yeah, as far as Google services go, it works, but you're going to have to do a lot of toggling. You're going to have to move your VPNs around. I would suggest having 3 VPNs while you're in China. 3 VPNs in China. I recommend Express, Proton, and Lex VPN. You're going to have to bounce between them because connections in China is, especially for a foreigner, it's shaky. It's payment options, like I reiterate. Have all that set up before you touch down in China, because if not, it's not going to work out like that. Hopefully my credit card thing worked. It didn't work at the one mall. Because if not, I'm going to be in the jam. You know what I mean? Like I said, have the money and everything. I just got to... That's mainly the only thing I got to work on. Just that tech. You know what I mean? Just getting everything lined up. Once I get everything lined up, get a piece of action, boy, should be all right. But yeah, the street action, man. The street action. This is a more residential area, so I didn't come across a lot of street action. Club action, at least the club that's near here, didn't allow me entry. So, I don't know, this area is cool, but I don't know, I'm not feeling it like that. But then again, it's been my first night, so maybe things will improve as the week progresses. They have a week or 2 days here, then a week or 2 days in Chongqing. Hoping things will go smoother. I need to get a wardrobe. I need to change my wardrobe too. Definitely need to get my gear in gear. So gotta do that. Yeah, there's a lot of things I gotta do. Yeah. This is just Street scenes in Guangzhou, China. That's the club in question. That's the hotel. I gotta note that Pearl River is probably the smoothest beer I've had. It's real sweet. Sweetness to it. There's a sweetness to this beer. It's real smooth, real nice. Real smooth. Got the kitty action. Kitty action. Got some drinky drink. But yeah, it's been yeah, I mean my time in Guangzhou. Well, I'm a weird, awkward motherfucker, you know what I mean? So wherever you go, there you are, man. Yeah, I mean, all things considered, language barrier aside, cultural barrier aside, weird interactions aside, aggressive interactions aside, I'm having a decent time, especially for the price. I can't complain because, you know, the room I got for like $15 a night, it's everything included. I can't knock China too much, at least so far. Gotta get into some action later, though. You know? Street scene hasn't been that non-existent, at least in this area. Or maybe I haven't been looking hard enough, but yeah, that's been the main issue. I gotta do my research. Gotta do my research on like no massage parlors, no nothing. I don't know. Maybe I came at a weird night, but I gotta get into something, especially being in China. But this is the first night. This is the first real night. First real night in this area. But yeah, just a quick synopsis. Not too bad for 15 a night. Not too bad for 15 a night. Second really full day in Guangzhou. We're gonna hit the streets, get into some action. Hopefully get into some better action with nightlife scene and all that stuff towards Canton. If my Alipay don't work, probably gonna have to get hit over the head with a taxi, but fuck it. Gotta do it, because I'm in Guangzhou. Gonna go to a spa, gonna hit up a few places, gonna get some drinky drinks. So this is gonna be, a more eventful day, to say the least. Also, brought my other phone, you know what I mean? So I can communicate and, yeah. I'll say between getting into some action, getting into some drinking, and just engaging with the people more, the nerves. Well, not the nerves, but, things should look up from here. But, yeah, day 2 out of 20. Got 18 more days left. About a week and some change here, and then a week and some change in Chongqing. And, yeah, man, about to hit it hard. And here is the action, street action, Guangzhou at 3 going on 4. Some activities. Look like some Master Chef action going on, Master Chef action. But yeah, about to do some walking, about to do some talking. Yeah, I always go on the deep end when it comes to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, well, here's the thing. I am a cheapskate. I am, You know, I'm traveling the world on a budget, and with that, like the cheaper end of things, you're going to be, you're going to be on the more residential sides. You know what I mean? On the residential side. So, this spot is cool and all, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's well, China is more developed than other parts of Asia. Of course, not like Japan, not like Korea, but it has a long history, and for the most part, caters less to tourists. You know, at least that's what I found to be the case. Yeah, what I want to do is get a good massage, a legit massage, because my legs and my back have been killing me due to, all this traveling, all these planes. I mean, I took 7 planes to get here, you know what I mean? So with that's going to put a hurt to your back. And lugging around, a backpack, which doesn't help either. So I was hoping to go to an undisclosed location to have some undisclosed meat/delicacies. If you catch my drift, on some DMX get at me dog action. Unfortunately, I couldn't, or fortunately, I guess depending on who you talk to, couldn't find those spots. Now I just want to, take a leisure tip. Yeah, just cooling it, kicking it. I'm not gonna lie, Southern China gives me somewhat of a Southeast Asia vibe. But the weather's more mellow. I like this weather. It's like a fall, breezy, California chill type weather. Like basically 16 to 22 degrees Celsius, or if, about late 60s to about the mid 70s, Fahrenheit, which I'm not complaining, man. It's cool, tight, smooth. But yeah, definitely want to hit up some spots. I gotta hit up some bus action too. I'm not sure if they take cash. I mean, they should. This is South China's a bit different. I don't know. That's the vibe I get. I get like Southeast Asia meets a bit of East Asia, but just some similarities. We have that big mall. If I check that out, yeah, this is just a short walk. Gotta save some battery life, so probably gonna can it here to the next scene. Boom. On the residential tip. Still got about 50 more minutes to go till I reach the destination in question. Yeah, residential China is definitely on the more rugged tip, as expected. I'm not gonna lie, the smell is kind of similar to Southeast Asia. It's like really kind of on the sewer tip. Yeah. All right, arrived at Jiahawanggong. I'm gonna go from there to the number 3 to Canton Tower. And from there, we're gonna walk to Party Pier. Gotta see which is the number 3 exactly. Gosh. I'm walking up. The craziness and busyness of it kind of reminds me of Mexico City. Just swarming with people. It's like Mexico City times 3. I gotta catch the number 3, which I see straight, so just gotta catch that. It's Canton Tower. So for about $8 RMB, which I think is like less than like 70 cents or so per ride. Not too bad, not too bad. Shit ton of people though. God damn, sardines. It says it's like Mexico City times 3. Let's see where this 3 leads. I think after this exit is Canton Tower. I mean, the process isn't that bad, and you know, it's getting around the trains is very inexpensive too. Let's check out the scenes. Let's check out this tower. Which direction is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Canton Tower. There it is. There it is in all its glory. There it is. There it is. Famous Canton Tower. So this is the more touristy part. Look at all the lights. Look at all the sights. I'll try to get a bite to eat before I head over to the pier. We'll see about that. Ooh. Yeah, it's nice though. Look, let's cross the street. Let's not get killed, but then let's cross the street. It's like a shopping center. Some type of shopping center. Oh, like an outlet. I wanted to stay here for the new year. That was my original plan, but it's still cool that, you know, for years of planning, finally made it here, you know what I mean? So I just gotta appreciate the moment. Just appreciate the moment. Yeah. This is like a little plaza, like a little like outlet plaza situation. Got stuff for the kiddies. So yeah, on the second full day, this is the recap. Yeah, Party Pier. I can't get jiggy with Party Pier. I just can't get jiggy with Party Pier. I mean, they do have a nice selection of women. I'm talking about like 8s, 9s, and 10s, right? Party Pier. I went to the clubs, bad bitches, good selection of chicks. I mean, from if you want the European persuasion, you want that Russian action, you want that nice, you know, China action. They even have some Arab and African action that looks really good. So a good selection and stuff like that, good selection of shit. The thing about these clubs I can't really rock with, I can't get jiggy with, is first of all, you gotta pay a hefty fee. You gotta pay like a $25 fee to get in. Not only that, but you gotta pay like, I think it was like 800 won for a booth, which is like damn near, I think it's like almost $100 or damn near it. But that's just the booth to talk to her. So you gotta basically pay about 100 or so just to get in and talk to the chick, and then from there, you know, you make your arrangements, you know, you make your negotiation. But it's like, damn, you know what I mean? They hit me over the head. And this is just to talk to this bitch, you know what I mean? This is just to, make, first you gotta buy drinks and all this sort of shit, get them open, and then, make your negotiations from there. But it's like, yeah, I mean, it looks like, Party Pier looks like Walking Street, but smaller, though. It doesn't compare to Walking Street, but yeah, I mean, I'm tired because, selection is good. The selection was real good tonight. But the prices, just to get in the door, like 100 plus, just to get into the door. We're not talking about like making negotiation with the woman afterwards. We're not talking about like cab, which is going to be an additional, because they're going to, especially in these areas, like cabs are going to charge like crazy extra. We're not talking about any of that. We're just talking about getting in through the door. You know what I mean? 100 plus bucks. Just getting through the door, buying a booth, and trying to make some arrangements. I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? So yeah, high baller territory. High baller territory. I'm a budget boy. I'm a guy who's very much on the budget. And yeah, not rocking. In the local clubs, at least the ones that I went to, the few I went to, on some racist shit, on some no black shit. So I'm like, damn. Try to hit up a few spas, but one was closed, and the other one, didn't admit me either. So I don't know. I mean, Guangzhou, I'm a bit disappointed in Guangzhou. Not gonna lie, not gonna front. A bit disappointed in Guangzhou, but I still have about 8 days left, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, as far as street action, I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong parts. I need to. Well, I haven't really visited the slums like that. So, let me tap into that slum action and figure out shit from there. That comprehensive mart action. Figure out shit from there. Well, yeah, I mean, tonight was a pricier night, but I just figured, I'm just paying for information. So yeah, I mean, Party Pier in Guangzhou. I mean, the chicks, they're banging. I'm not gonna lie. The chicks are banging. The chicks are like, they're what's up, like real deal. But you're gonna pay a high premium. I'm talking about, they are like no bullshit, no joke. 8s, 9s, and 10 action, smoking hot action. But it's like, they get in through the door, just to get in through the door and get a booth. They're hitting you over the head hard. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure the girls are gonna hit you over the head hard. So you really need to come with some real deal paper. You know what I mean? Not because I have local bar chick, street chick, spa type of paper. I could do it, but it's like, after that's it. No, no more action. It's just strictly, eating noodles and just chilling for 2 weeks. Is it worth it? I mean, I want some variety in the game. You know what I mean? But if you're just talking about like hot chicks, Party Pier does have it. I'll reiterate, Party Pier does have the hot chicks, but you are paying a premium for that. You know what I mean? All types of chicks. We're talking like, I'm not sure if they're Ethiopian, but like East African action for damn sure. East African action, Middle Eastern action from the looks of it. Some Russian action or Eastern European action, mainly like like the real slim, trim, skinny, pale white skin Chinese. The type that the high rollers are really gonna go for. So yeah, yeah. I mean, it was some high roller action for sure. But I mean, that's cool. You know what I mean? Guangzhou's a big city. China's a huge country where the mongering action is prevalent. I don't know. I just, between the priciness of Party Pier and more the standoffish, protective kind of racist behavior I've experienced in the local clubs, has put a bad taste in my mouth, at least so far. But you know what? Your boy's not giving up. Your boy's gonna keep on at it. You know what I mean? I got 8 days, really 20. Nah, 20 minus 8. I don't know. I got decent amount of time in China, so that ain't nothing. But you know, so far a bit disappointed. Maybe I'm not putting enough leg room. Maybe I'm not finding the right spots. But next up, I'm going to try some slum action. I'm going to try some comprehensive market action, because from the looks of it, at least from the videos, here's the thing: videos aren't the real deal. You know what I mean? You gotta really put your boots on the ground to really experience this shit for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't even take the next man's word for it. You know what I mean? Different circumstances, people get treated different. But at least from my experience so far, yeah, not really feeling the vibe. You know what I mean? I thought it was gonna be more on the open, just from what I researched. What I know about China, you know what I mean? I mean, it is prevalent, mongering, prostitution, all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I'm in also the ritzier part of, the city. Canton, Party Pier. This is a very upscale area as well, so that has something to do with it. So, let me return to my roots, to the slum. Oh my God, to the slums. Let me return. Oh shit. Let me return to my roots in the slums and see where I can find there. But what I'm getting at is, yeah, China is similar. It's kind of similar to Mexico in a way, at least Mexico City, where I seen some action at the street markets. You know what I mean? The slum street markets. I seen some action there, at least with the videos. And I know for the videos I seen in Mexico, there was street action, some slum street action like in the market. So, pretty soon I'm going to check that out. And I mean, I'll find something, right? You know what I mean? Because it's a big ass city with like 13 million people. But anywho, that being said, that pretty much concludes the video. I know a bit on the disappointing tip, you know what I mean? I guess if I really wanted to, I could just trick off pretty much damn near all my extra funds and just be left with eating noodles for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I guess I could do that, but yeah, anywho, that concludes this episode of D in China. You know what I mean? All this legwork, and I'm finally here. So, definitely a confidence boost regardless, you know what I mean? 3 years in the making, really 8 months, really grinded it out to get to this point. So, you know what I mean? I'll give myself that. I'll definitely give myself that. But anywho, these POV, there's still a lot to do, still a lot to see. Out for now, but not out for the count. Never out for the count.